Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Kevin, a senior English major from the School of Foreign Languages. Actually, now I'm very much nervous, especially after two wonderful speakers sharing about their excellent stories. But I'm still very glad and happy to share my stories. And now I would like to talk about them in English because I'm an English major and I love the style of English public speaking. Okay, so first of all, may I venture to invite you to ponder over this topic, circle, altogether. What is the circle? A circle can be in a round shape with a curved line that encloses a space. A circle can be in a group of people who know each other and are related to each other. So, the circle is tangible and intangible. From my perspective, however, my circle of my 4 years university life cannot be more vivid or magical. Because it is a circle that leads me from an outsider to an insider, from an underdog to an overdog, from a small potato to a big potato. It's the circle of growth. I've always had the idea that growth and comfort can never coexist. If you want to grow as the person, as tomorrow's leader, you're going to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You welcome challenges, you welcome risks, because you know you come out better at the other side. So that's why 4 years ago, when I was admitted by the university, I tried all my best to step out of my comfort zone and to embrace a brand new major, a new experience, and a new life. Now you may wonder what I have done for the self-promotion and self-improvement, especially from a real rookie. Now, I would like to elaborate this question with certain personal experience. And to be more specific, the circle of growth can be divided into two subcircles. Number one, the circle that you learn to study. Number two, the circle that you learn to have fun. In terms of study, well, first of all, I want to introduce the reasons why I chose English major. I think the dominating one was that I was looking forward to see other possibilities of my characters. Before I went to college, I was a real introvert. Always off the stage, never on the stage, just like a trash at the corner. And very timid, very shy, didn't even to speak for myself. But I've heard that there are so many on-stage opportunities for English majors. So that's why I'm here as an English major. And as for the academic performance, honestly, I wasn't really a good student or typical or stereotypical good student during the junior and senior high school period, especially under the circumstance of the examination-oriented educational system. I was desperate. I was depressed because I couldn't really handle those fixed examinations, fixed assignments, etc., etc. But I boldly chose to another path of language learning, which I like. And I studied really hard during the 4 years time. With grit, resilience, and passion, now I rank first in the overall GPA. I obtained 7.5 for IELTS test and excellence for TM4. I also won the national, provincial, and school scholarships for so many times and participating in the publicity work for my major and for my faculty on social media like Tencent or Unipass. Last year, I also published an academic paper on social linguistics concerning the reservation and protection of Morsel language in CBCI, receiving a recommendation letter from the professor of UCL. These achievements are all the true testaments to my progress by leaps and bounds. I think I'm a lucky guy, because now I've got the courage, not the one on the wall, on the battlefield, but the one to pursue a higher and a better education. Speaking of the pursuit of the higher education, and in order to explore my potentials, my possibilities, I've participated in numerous competitions during these years. First, I won the gold medal of the FLTRP Cup National English Speech Contest. There was only a 0.21% chance to win this game. And honestly, before the final round of the competition, I got a very severe fever and diarrhea. I'm not praising the pain or seeking for compassion. I mean, if you want something a little bit like challenging or beyond your ken, but it's very glorious, then those efforts, those choices, and even sacrifice are necessary. So I didn't give up. On the other hand, I man up. I took a lot of antibiotics, and I still stood on stage to meet my dear audience. Finally, we made it. Those time I sat late. Those time I searched countless information. Those time a mentor helped me to practice, to speak, to debate. Zhejiang College became the only one independent college to win this game in the national competition. I also won the first prize of the National Intercultural Communication Competition. Our team's case analysis of cultural appropriation and cultural imperialism of Dior's Ma Mianqun event has set the brand new record of Zhejiang province in this national competition. I'm pretty proud of that because those records. And for me, the competition is not just about an award or just about the certificate, but more kind of like a precious standard or criteria to test my professional level, to test my comprehensive capability, and the precious opportunity to communicate, to collaborate, and to cooperate with other contestants. It's also the confidence to take myself to the next level on the global arena. Well, as I mentioned, I didn't officially receive the international education before, but I think now it's the right moment. As a foreign language learner, I deeply realized that the languages are the carriers of cultures. Cultures are the embodiments of languages. They're intertwined and interconnected. So that's why I spent efforts to acquire French, because I want to see the world from another perspective, the perspective of French people. Mesdames, Mesdemoiselles et Messieurs, bonjour, c'est Auguste. J'étudie l'anglais et j'apprends le français car c'est une langue internationale et utile. Je vois le monde et c'est mon plaisir. And this year, I also received 5 offers for my postgraduate study in the UK, namely UAL, KCL, Manchester, Edinburgh, and Nottingham. I didn't apply for the majors like TESOL, interpreting, translation, or English literature. On the other hand, I took a bold step into the brand new sphere of fashion and media. I love uncertainty. I love challenges. I love telling our stories on the global stage. All right, that's all for the study. That's all. And now, let's talk about having fun. Well, as I embarked on this transformative journey, I've encountered, it suddenly dawned on me that having fun is very much crucial life skill. And I have fun from beauty. You see, I make up. I dress up. I know it's against the traditional male image. A lot of conservative and conventional people condemn a man wearing makeup or wearing jewelry. So what? I don't care. Because in my view, the beauty can be diversified. The beauty can be fluid. The beauty can be tolerant. Recently, I've been touched by the value and mindset of Lohiala Group. That is, our desire for beauty has existed since the beginning of humanity. It's a universal aspiration that crosses time, countries, and cultures. Beauty is more than good looking. Beauty is a powerful force that moves us. Beauty gives us confidence in who we are, in who we want to be, in our relationships with others. Today, for this splendid activity, well, I put on some quite fancy cosmetics like the primer from Yves Saint Laurent, the foundation from Christian Dior, and the contour from Coco Chanel. And I carefully select my rings. Ladies and gentlemen, do you like my rings?
Yeah.
I like my ring, yeah. And please look at this one. It's not a wedding ring. It's not a wedding ring. It's not an engagement ring. It's a cultural ring. In traditional Chinese culture, there is an old saying that 君子如玉. The jade is like good man with a good virtue. And according to cultural iceberg theory, the ring is visible right on the surface, shiny, glorious. Then what's behind the scene? What's invisible? It's the ring's embedded meaning of being humble and being modest, which is the true combination of the pearls of traditional Chinese culture. So you can see a small ring has a jumbo power, and the power of beauty is far, far, far more than what you can imagine. Well, on the social media, I also encountered numerous stereotypes and misconceptions about China, tagging Chinese, blinded eyes, weird foods. That's not food, right? So I transformed myself from a downloader to an uploader, a vlogger, to make many English vlogs, and some of them are fortunately put on Universe, receiving thousands of likes and retweets. Like the OOTD of the teachers from the School of Foreign Languages showing their aesthetic taste, like the interview at CBD of Hangzhou and the traditional Hangzhou cuisine, etc., etc. Last year, I also completed my internship at the Zhejiang Media Group, where I witnessed firsthand the immense power of mass media. Inspired by the visionary Marshall McLuhan, who famously said, "The medium is the message." I've decided to establish the live streaming English chatting room on Xiaohongshu, where audience from all over the world can feel free to speak, to share, to savor. International students, for example, from the University of Harvard, Yale, Oxford, and Cambridge, etc., talk about their professions and majors. Global employees put out their ups and downs working experience in multinational enterprises, and immigrants share about their life experience. So, it's the international class where we talk to each other, I tell my stories, and I also listen to the global voices, which is the true testament to mutual communication, cultural integration, and reconciliation. After all, it's a shared community for all mankind. Alright, let's go back to what we talked about, at version state, the growth. How do we grow up? Well, my key is parent yourself. I mean, come on, I don't know who you are, but you know that. So you need to force yourself to do things that are challenging, and you can do everything that you're supposed to do. There are 5 rules. Number 1, move towards your fear rather than away from it. Number 2, take actions different from what you normally do. Number 3, fall in love with discomfort, consistently try new things, and finally, always believe in yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, I truly believe that the world is an oyster for every single one of us. Thank you, and have a lot of you. Thank you.